As promised, this is tonight's important note. World, I want to talk to you about defense spending, an amount that analysts usually agree takes up nearly or even more than half of our national budget. The government typically shows pie charts like this, depicting defense spending as a modest 20% of our annual expenditures. But once you take away trust funds, calculate debt expenditures, and the expenses of past military spending are added in, you get a chart more like this. This is where your income tax goes. And with defense spending growing at a rate of 9% per year, this is why your taxes keep going up. While it's true that Social Security and Medicaid costs may skyrocket in coming years and do demand attention, a section that takes up over half the budget and grows by 9% each year cannot be ignored. And despite still being 6 times larger than the military budget of China, nobody wants to talk about it. And not talking about things seems to be the specialty of this Congress. In addition to not talking about the defense budget, they're not talking about protecting social safety nets for those who actually need them. Even Ronald Reagan, the most Republican ever, said the poverty-stricken, the disabled, the elderly, and all those with true need can rest assured that the social safety net of programs they depend on are exempt from any cuts. And while it wasn't completely true, as he cut food stamps, welfare, and Medicaid, he at least had the Republican balls to lie while doing it. Republicans constantly talk about reducing the size of government, but they continue to do nothing about it. Instead of taking big cuts where they can be taken, they try to peck away at decimal-sized fractions of social spending in an attempt to make press report they're cutting the budget. And I'm not talking about big changes, not immediate and drastic reductions. There are smart ways to pare down the defense budget reasonably. I don't know if anyone remembers to point this out, but if you bring every member of the military back home in 6 months, that will be a lot of people without jobs to come back to. But war is destructive, pointless. Even during times of peace, we have a vast number of people deployed overseas doing literally nothing. Think of what else we could be doing. Instead of sitting around doing nothing in a foreign country, these people can come back home and build roads that make it cheaper to deliver goods to people, with money left over and no jobs lost. Face it, being in the military, despite being much more dangerous and honorable, is a job, and jobs can be shifted around. We can bring 10,000 troops home and use the money we're not using for their job to hire 20,000 teachers. We could give out huge grants to anyone with a great idea for a small business. We could, oh my God, even lower taxes. Talk about it. Come up with good ideas. Make your legislators listen. And then maybe we'll actually get something done. And if not, go to ryankopf.com, join my henchman army, and maybe I should just rule the world.